Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in again today. So in today's video, I am finally going to get around to filming this Fenty tutorial, Fenty Beauty Foundation. I got the foundation and I got the Invisimatte blotting powder. So those are the two things I'm going to be reviewing today. I got the shade 440. By the way, that's my shade. Well, so I got color matched in the store, and that's the shade that they said I am. So yeah, 440, and just opening it out, and that is the foundation. And that is the foundation here. Nice packaging, nice and solid. So yeah, I'm actually looking at it now, and I'm just hoping that it's not going to be too light for me, because I really have issues with that. I usually have to mix foundation. So I'm going to read the packaging just to read out what the foundation claims to do. And it says medium to full coverage for all, long wear, light as air. Oh, and the rest is in another language. I thought this was all the description, but it's just the first line. So yeah, full coverage, and it says it's for all, so I'm guessing for all skin types. Long wearing, so it's supposed to last for a long time. Light as air, so you're supposed to obviously not feel like you're wearing, even though it's full coverage, you're supposed to kind of not feel like you're wearing, you know, foundation or wearing like makeup. So that is pretty much all it says. But then at the front it says Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. So then it claims to be matte as well. And then at the back you've just got the ingredients, and that is it. So let's get into it. Like, I'm excited to use it. I've been literally waiting for weeks to try this foundation, but I said I'm definitely going to do it on camera. So let's prime first, because that's what I always do, and you guys know this is my go-to primer, Makeup Forever Base Mattifying Primer. Just come a bit closer. So still just applying that primer just to my T-zone areas, my chin, my nose and my forehead. Okay, and obviously as you can see, I've done my eyes and my brows already, as I usually do. I'm gonna go ahead now and conceal with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Chestnut. Just conceal dark, you know, the dark blemishes that I have from where I've had acne or spots under my eye. Okay, cool. So we have concealed and we are ready for the foundation. It says shake well at the back, so I'm gonna make sure I shake it. Shake, 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 shake it all about. It's definitely very liquidy, so you can see that's kind of dripping, so you have to kind of be careful. Just looking at the color. I think it should be okay. So I'll just start off with I did like 3 pumps, and I'm just going to use that same buffing brush and just buff it into my skin. Smell. No significant smell. Just smells like kind of just makeup. Coverage is nice. I like the coverage. And it's blending really nicely with the brush, because the thing about foundations is that sometimes when you're blending it with a brush, it can be quite streaky. So that's why I always go back with my beauty blender afterwards. But you could actually get away with just using a brush with this. I'm still gonna use my beauty blender anyway, just because I'm a bit OCD like that. But it's actually blended really nicely with the brush. Ooh, those 2 pumps has literally covered all my face. I literally don't even need to go back with a beauty blender, honestly. Like the brush, like I'm quite surprised. So that is, wow. Yeah, I'm feeling this coverage, guys. Definitely feeling this. Oh my gosh, where's my beauty blender anyway? But honestly, I really don't need to. Like, it's blended nicely. Oh my gosh. I'm absolutely feeling this foundation. It's absolutely flawless. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and conceal. LA Girl Put Concealer in Fawn today. Blended nicely with the concealer, because as I've mentioned before, sometimes certain products just do not mix and you have to, you know, it just starts to look crazy. So, but no, it's this foundation is, oh, I am just this, oh, this foundation is flawless. But yeah, the concealer is blending nicely with it. Conceal my nose and my forehead as well. Just going to set with my Sacha Buttercup. Okay, now I've set my face. My initial thoughts on this foundation is that it's perfect. it is perfect. It is perfect. Honestly, I can't see anything wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I think it did start to oxidize just a little bit. Because if I'm just looking here, I can see that it's gone, I think, a little bit darker. Just a little bit darker. And I did see that in a review. I can't remember whose review I watched. I think it was Tootsie Time. And she did say that 2 hours later it went dark, it did oxidize. And when I went to Harvey Nichols to buy, and I did ask one of the the girls that work there, and she was like, no, that doesn't happen. I know from what I've read, when foundations oxidize, it can oxidize on me and might not oxidize on you, or vice versa. It just depends on like your skin and the oils in your skin, how they react together. So it doesn't happen to everyone. But I feel like it did go darker just a little bit. But I don't mind that too much, because you know, once I've done powder and I've put setting powder and done all that stuff like that, you know, you tend to kind of look a bit lighter anyway, generally. So I don't mind that too much. Hopefully it just doesn't get even darker than this. But apart from that, like, this foundation is perfect. So I'm going to finish off the rest of my face as usual and come back with my final thoughts. Hey guys, I am back. Just finished off my face. I love it, guys. I love it so far. I really hope nothing bad happens, because honestly, I absolutely love it. Like, it looks absolutely amazing. It's flawless coverage. The coverage is full coverage first of all. Obviously it's medium to full coverage, but to me it covered everything nicely. It was just easy to apply as well. It's so smooth. I think I have to say it's probably one of the easiest foundations that I've applied, because I was just being a bit extra just using my beauty blender, but I really didn't. Once I used the brush, it was enough. Like, it wasn't streaky, it wasn't patchy. I think the color suits me pretty nice. I think it matches me nicely, you know, my neck and all that kind of stuff. So I think it matches me nicely. I was a bit worried that it was going to be a bit light, and once I did, you know, highlight and all that, it might look a bit ashy, but I think the color was fine. I think the next one, which I did test the next one in the store, and it did look a bit dark, but so I'm happy I didn't go with that one. So 440 is a good color for me. The finish is great as well. It's a soft matte finish, definitely, as they said. It definitely looks very soft and looks matte, like, so yeah, it definitely says it definitely looks like what it says it will do. What else? It says, oh, it's also supposed to be like lightweight. It doesn't feel like I have like heavy foundation on or thick foundation on, so that feels fine as well. It blended nicely with the concealer and the powder. Nothing crazy is happening. It didn't move. It didn't like not work together. It worked absolutely fine together. For me, I'm not one, yeah, because it's Fenty, I'm gonna love it. No, if I hated it or if it was weird or something, I would tell you. But you guys can see the flawlessness of the makeup. So yeah, so far I am loving this foundation. So yeah, that is it for now. I'm going to go and just go about my day, and well, not day, because it's basically like 5 o'clock now anyway. So yeah, it's about 5 p.m. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I need to do for the evening, and pop out. And when I get back, I will be reviewing quickly the blotting powder. For now, that is it. I will see you guys in a couple of hours, and then we can just see how all of this goes. So yeah, I really have high hopes for this foundation. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in a few hours. Hey guys, so I just got back home. The time is now 22:33, so 10:30, and I finished my makeup about just after 5 o'clock. So it's been about 5.5 hours, and basically this is what we've got. This is how my makeup is looking after 5.5 hours. So as I usually do, I do not touch up my makeup at all. And guys, I think I might have found my new favorite foundation. This Fenty foundation, yeah. My face is still looking amazing. As you can see here, the oil is coming through, but like I said, that is literally my problem area. No matter what I do, the oil will always come through there. But if you kind of take that away and look everywhere else at my face, everywhere it's pretty much flawless. I forgot to mention that, I don't know if I mentioned the price, it's £28 in the UK obviously, and you can only get it at Harvey Nichols in store or online. They don't sell it anywhere else. It just came to me that the consistency and the way the foundation blends and the way it feels really reminds me of the NARS Luminous Weightless Foundation. Which is a foundation I have used before, but I stopped using just because of the colour. I found that it was a bit too orange for me, way too orange. It would really oxidize and get orange. That's the only reason I stopped using it. Apart from that, I actually really like that foundation, and this reminds me of it because it's quite liquidy like that foundation and has a nice kind of like a matte finish. But yeah, no, honestly, this foundation is a thumbs up from me, 100%. I'll definitely be using it, not every day because it ain't cheap, but definitely from when I'm going out and when I glam up, and obviously I'll be using it in my YouTube tutorials as well. I'm going to quickly review this blotting powder. So it is called the Invisimatte blotting powder, and it says universal at the back. Basically a universal color, just white. It comes with a little puff right there. So a nice little puff, but I'll mostly likely will probably just use, well, maybe I'll use the puff anyway just for the review, but I think I'll just most likely be using my little brush that I like to use under my eyes. So let's just read the package quickly and just say what it says. It says instant refresh on the go filter effect. It doesn't say anything else, so yeah, let's just test it. So obviously you guys can see where it's getting oily, my problem area, so that's the main area that I always have to touch up, and I love the fact that this has a mirror. So quickly, oh no, I said I was gonna use the the puff. So let's try the puff. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip. So let's just see how this soaks up the oil. Ooh. See, for me, this is a bit awkward. I don't like the way it's square. Like, cause can you see, as I'm doing that, it's a bit awkward. So, I mean, I can see the product working, but I don't really like the puff. It's a bit awkward, I think, the shape of it. But wow. So that has definitely soaked up the oil. So this side with the powder, and this side without the powder. So yeah, it's definitely soaked up that oil, and it's nice because I'm not adding extra product to my face, which I really like. Yeah, I'm loving that. I'm gonna do the other side, but I'm gonna use my brush, so I don't like the shape of the puff. I just think something like this is just easier, just to go like that, you know, just to dab. A lot easier just to use a brush like this that gets right under the eye. But yeah, no, this powder is, yeah, ooh, just soaked up all that oil like it was never there. We are back to the matte effect. Like, so excited for this. Definitely excited. This is just gonna be like in my handbag. Just gonna stay there, and I can just blot my face when I start to get shiny. Love it, love it, love it. And I definitely want to try more of their products, but the day I went to buy the foundation, I was like, I had to hold myself back. I was like, okay, I can't spend too many coins right now. I wanted to get the foundation, the lip gloss, the highlighter, but I had to just rein it in. Okay, that is it for the review of the Fenty foundation and the blotting powder. I really hope you found it helpful and useful. The one thing I would say is just make sure that you get your shade matched. I wouldn't just go by what you have seen. So if somebody says, oh, I'm a shade 440, so you should be that as well, I wouldn't go by that, you know, unless you're 100% sure, just because you can't return or exchange. So it's not like other brands where if you don't like the shade, you can go back and exchange it. Fenty, when I asked that day if you can return or exchange, they said no, you can't return, you can't exchange anything. So that's one thing I would just advise you, go and get shade matched in the store if you can. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you on my next one, guys. Bye.